A divine design. Across thousands of years, the great wisdom traditions keep returning to one astonishing idea that every human life is an expression of a divine design. I've spent decades studying those traditions, not only because I wanted to know more, but because I wanted to answer one question. Why are so many extraordinary people living such ordinary lives? And the answer surprised me. Now, it wasn't because people lacked intelligence, and it wasn't because they lacked opportunity. It wasn't because they lacked talent. It was because somewhere along the journey, they forgot. They forgot that each of us arrives carrying a purpose unlike any other, one that has never existed before and will never exist again. Now, it's not a career or a title, and it's not an identity. It is, in fact, a reason for being, a raison d'être. The ancient wisdom has always insisted that your life is not an accident searching for meaning. It is meaning searching for expression. Now, I want you to hear that again. The ancient wisdom has always insisted that your life is not an accident searching for meaning. It is meaning searching for expression. Now, perhaps the greatest tragedy isn't that we fail. Perhaps the greatest tragedy is that we become so busy surviving that we never stop to ask why we are here. We've become experts at asking, what do people expect of me? Instead of asking, what is life asking of me? Now, these are profoundly different questions. One creates conformity, and the other reveals purpose. Look at Mother Nature. The rose never apologizes for not being a cedar, and the eagle never envies the whale, and the sun never asks permission to rise. Everything in creation fulfills its nature by becoming more completely what it already is. Only human beings spend years negotiating with their own magnificence, playing small, waiting, comparing, as though the reason they came here requires someone else's approval. It doesn't. Now, the ancient teachers understood something we've almost forgotten. Your life is not measured by what you accumulate. It is measured by what flows through you, by the courage you awaken, by the wisdom you embody, by the compassion you extend, by the beauty you create, by the lives forever changed simply because you showed up as who you actually are. Now imagine a world where every one of us stopped asking, am I enough? And began asking, what am I here to contribute? Everything would change. Families would change. Communities would change. The future would change. History has always been shaped by ordinary people who answered an extraordinary calling. Now, the world does not need a more compliant version of you. It needs the instrument fully tuned. It needs the music only you were designed to make. If you truly believed your life was designed with purpose, what would you stop postponing? What part of yourself would you finally allow to emerge? Perhaps that's been the invitation all along.